Today's recipe is a very simple one, but as you know Sarah, by now, she did something really special.
In the previous episode, Stefano showed you how to make caprese salad. So this time I'm going to show you how to make the Egyptian cottage cheese salad, which is as good.
Freshness of the mint and the sweetness of the homemade cottage cheese really gives you a different and totally worthy experience.
So do you have an idea how it's done? Let's have a look.
Today I wanted to make something different from what I usually do. So I thought, why not make my own cheese in the very traditional way? I poured 2 liters of unpasteurized full cream cow's milk in a big pot. I heated up my oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 5 minutes, then turned it off. I covered the pot and left it in the oven overnight without adding anything to it. After 24 hours, the milk should be set and jelly-like to the touch. That's when you know it's ready. Otherwise, you should leave it until it's fully curdled. Start by scraping all the golden, buttery fat, but please don't waste it, as it tastes amazing on a piece of bread. Very naughty, I know, but I'm sure both Brits and Egyptians will relate. See how it's fully curdled like yogurt? If you want to make the cheese on the same day, then you can heat up your milk, but don't boil it, and put a tablespoon of vinegar. The outcome is way less creamy than this authentic one though. Gently transfer it to a mesh cloth over a bowl. Add some salt and give it a stir. Carefully bring the mesh together and squeeze it. Not too strong or it will explode. Twist it from the top, then tie it up with a piece of string around the twisted part. Don't discard the whey. Add some salt to your taste, give it a stir, and leave it aside in a container for now. And here comes the hardest part for me to explain. Just use your imagination. Just kidding. So what you should try to do is to hang the cloth away from the liquid dripping so it's completely dry, which can take a good 5 hours. See how it has shrunk? Imagine 2 liters of milk made only 400 grams of cheese. It's time to give the cheese its famous Egyptian look. Traditionally we use hasira, a reed mat. You'll find in Egyptian villages as farmers use them to cover the floor of their clay homes, make cottage cheese, and a lot more. But not using the same mat for everything, huh? Of course, I use the sushi mat. It will do the job. Put the cheese on, roll it, and squeeze as much as you possibly can. Then push it even more with a little spoon from one side to make the perfect cylinder shape, and hold it all together. Leave it to set for half an hour, demold it, cut it into little logs, and leave it aside. Cheese and tomatoes go very well together. Cut some tomatoes. I use sugar drop tomatoes for its exceptional sweetness and aromatic flavor. But any good quality tomatoes will be perfectly fine. Cut some spring onions thin as possible, and some fresh mint leaves, which will freshen up your days. And now, it's time to bring this dish together. Squash some of the lovely cheese we made earlier into a plate with the rest of the ingredients. Season with salt and finish it off with a generous drizzle of sunflower oil and mix them together. You can always use olive oil if you prefer, but honestly, just try it with sunflower oil. It adds softness and sweetness to the salad without overpowering the overall taste. Add the rest of the cheese in the salted way to preserve it for longer, and that was the reason we made it into log in the first place. Torch some flat bread if you have one. It's a quick way to give your bread a smoky flavor, or just use your gas hob, but watch your fingers. Let's plate up for Stefano. He's so hungry. And believe me, when he's hungry, let's see what happens.
Fazia.
You can use chili, of course.
Do you remember this chili?
I remember, yeah. It's almost gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna just a touch of it. You really impressed me today. I'm so happy that you've done cheese. Really does something different.
Really hope you like it.
You know what? It's really different from what we do, in a way, because you have the mint and you have the spring onion, but I love the freshness, and the cheese is so tender and sweet and creamy, and everything comes together really well. With time now that I'm cooking more and more with you, I'm actually appreciating the lightness of vegetable oil, like this one that we use now, because it's not overwhelming.
It gives sweetness.
Yes,
If I
yes. And I like it a lot, because you can really feel all the flavors coming. And I loved the fact that you showed us how to do cheese in a way that I haven't seen it before, like leaving it without adding anything and letting it curd naturally. Scrumptious food.
Try these. Amazing, easy, not so easy.
I would say, yeah, it's
not so hard.
They can handle it. Just make sure that you have all the tools before you start to do something like this.
Yeah, so you make your life easier. Egyptian cheese has a long history and it continues to be an important part in Egyptian diet. There is evidence of cheese making over 5,000 years ago during the first dynasty of Egypt.
It's thought to have originated in the Middle East. The manufacture of cheese is depicted in murals in Egyptian tombs from 2000 BC. Two alabaster jars found in Saqqara dating from the first dynasty of Egypt contain cheese.
These were placed in the tomb about 3000 BC. They were likely fresh cheeses coagulated with acid or a combination of acid and heat. An earlier tomb, that of King Hor-Aha, may have also contained cheese, which based on the hieroglyphic inscriptions on the two jars, appears to be from Upper and Lower Egypt. The pots are similar to those used today for making mish, which is a very salty and aged cheese.
Cottage cheese was made in ancient Egypt by churning milk in a goatskin and then straining the residue in a reed mat.
The Museum of Ancient Egyptian Agriculture displays fragments of these mats. It's often served in breakfast in Egypt, along with bread, jams, and olives.
There are various types of white soft cheeses, which are Gebna Beda, and then there is Gebna Arumi, which is translated in Roman cheese, like Parmesan but saltier.
Often served in flat bread like Aish Baladi I made in previous episodes, or Aish Fino, which is fino bread, but isn't fino an Italian
An
word?
Italian word, yes, absolutely. It means thin.
Okay, so maybe that's why it's called like that, because of the shape of the bread.
Because it resembles
Like
a baguette, right?
Just like a baguette bread. Egyptians always loved tomatoes and cheese, whether it's feta cheese or cottage.
لو عجبكم الفيديو دوسوا لايك.
Subscribe and click on the bell.
شكرا على متابعتكم.
Thank you for watching us.
Salam.
It used to be an important Okay.
Cheese is full. Cheese.
Okay, it's you know, you can. لو عجبكم.
لو عجبكم.
Yes, sorry.
Cottage cheese, you make us the bride.